Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, or whatever time you'll be watching this video. Now, guys, when we look at what is happening in the world today, and we are looking and seeing the struggles of many families, and there are lots of households who have, two incomes coming in, but yet still the families are still struggling to put food on their tables. Now, listen to this story. Imagine spending nearly $1,800 to help struggling families, filling a fridge with food meant for the hungry, only to come back less than an hour later and find almost everything gone. Now, was it greed? Was it desperation? Or something far more complicated? Today, we're going to break down the shocking story and the deeper crisis it reveals. In Opelousas, Louisiana, a woman named Brashani Johnson decided to give back. After discovering a local community fridge initiative, she felt compelled to help families facing food insecurity. Through her nonprofit, which is called the Village Foundation, she spent nearly $1,800 on groceries, carefully selecting items like peanut butter, crackers, Vienna sausages, and ready to eat meals. These weren't random purchases, they were intentional, designed for people who might not have access to stuff like a stove, electricity, or even a home. Within a short time, she stocked the fridge. But when she returned less than an hour later, it was almost completely empty. Johnson says the moment hit her hard. She opened the fridge and started crying. Not because people took the food, but because so few people seemed to take so much, leaving others with nothing. She later described watching new people arrive, hoping for food, only to find empty shelves. That's when the reality set in. This wasn't just a kind act gone wrong. It was a glimpse into something much bigger. According to organizers of the fridge, this situation is not unusual. In fact, food from community fridges often disappears within hours. Why? Because hunger changes behavior. Beth Jones, a coordinator of the project, explained that people don't always know when their next meal will come. Fear leads some to take more than they immediately need, and the demand is simply overwhelming. In her words, when people are hungry, they think about survival and not fairness. Now, this story reflects a much wider issue. Across North America, millions of households struggle with food insecurity. Food bank usage has surged in recent years. Inflation and rising housing costs are making things worse. Community fridges have emerged as a grassroots solution. They're open 24/7s, no ID is required, there are no restrictions, and it's built on trust and dignity. But that system has a flaw. It depends entirely on human behavior. Community fridges operate on a simple idea. You take what you need and leave what you can. But what happens when needs exceed supply or fear overrides fairness? Because in some cases, donations disappear within hours, others arrive too late, and tensions rise within communities. Organizers in this case are now installing cameras, increasing monitoring, and even working with local police. But this introduces a new dilemma. Can you regulate a system built on trust without destroying its purpose? This isn't an isolated incident. In Canada, similar challenges have occurred. In Waterloo, Ontario, a community fridge was completely stolen, leaving volunteers dumbfounded. In other cities, donations are known to vanish within hours due to overwhelming demand. In fact, some organizers report people waiting nearby for food deliveries just for a chance to eat. That's how urgent the need is. So here's the uncomfortable question. Was this wrong, or was it survival? Some argue a few individuals took too much. Others argue hunger forces people into desperate decisions. And the truth is, both can be true at the same time. For Johnson, the pain wasn't the loss of food, it was seeing others go without. That's the hidden cost of inequality. Even generosity can't always keep up. Despite everything, she's not stopping. Johnson says she plans to donate again because at the end of the day, the problem isn't the people. It's a system that leaves so many in need. This story isn't about $1,800. It's about scarcity, inequality, and the fragile line between kindness and survival. Community fridges show us the best of humanity, but moments like this reveal the harsh truth. The need is far greater than we think. And until that changes, stories like this will keep happening. So, what do you think? Was this abuse or generosity? Or a desperate act of survival? Drop your thoughts below because this conversation matters.